Hey guys, it is 15 minutes with on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday. I do want to say it is 7 o'clock and that sun outside is still beaming. It has been a phenomenal day. I'm just super pumped to finally be doing this live. I'm so excited to have my guest come on. She is a confidence coach. She is awesome at what she does. She's a really good friend of mine, but she is phenomenal. And I cannot wait to have her come on and share with you what she's up to and where this all kind of started from. So it's an absolutely amazing story. She is requesting to come on live. So I am going to get her on and we are going to get this started. Here we go with Natalie. Ready? Any second. Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
good.
I am so excited to have you here. I've been waiting all day. It's been a busy day here, productive, but I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to do my live. And thank you for being here, first of all. And before I get people to, hi Lorenzo, before I get to people to know a little bit about you from you, but I want to just tell people that I used to work very closely with this one side by side every single day. And I swear, like, I am so fortunate that we had that opportunity and we continue to be friends. And we're here doing stuff together, actually working on other projects together
Yeah,
too, which is phenomenal. So I have a very special place in my heart for you. So I'm just super excited that
full
you're here.
circle.
So, full circle. So I'm gonna get you to tell people a little bit about yourself, and I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. So go for it.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Natalie, and I am a confidence coach, but I didn't start out that way. As Emmanuel was saying, I worked with her and I was really heavily in HR. And I loved HR, and for the period of time that I did it, it still hits pretty close to home, but that's kind of where my confidence grew for myself, but also to share with other people the potential that they have in themselves. And I think that's where that characteristic came from, and being able to like share with people but show them that they do have that worth inside of them, and it became a huge passion of mine. So that's kind of like the introduction I'm giving, but basically what I do is I help people find their worth internally by being themselves and being proud of that and not feeling guilty of being themselves and not feeling like they have to change their personality based on who they're with or what they're doing, and making sure that confidence is not a personality trait. It's something that you continuously work on, and when you kind of get in the slumps, to show you that it's possible to get out of them. So that's in a nutshell what I do, who I am. But yeah, I can't wait to get this started and answer all the questions you have.
Yeah, and I think that's the key is that you go through these changes, right? And kind of discovering your level of confidence, and then all of a sudden you start to realize you can go from here to here to here to here. Like I remember the first day that you started where we were working, and I'm like, who's this little shy girl that quietly tiptoes her way into the office? And you don't kind of hear from her, and you kind of hear from her, then you don't, right? And then all of a sudden I saw this evolution of you becoming who you are and really owning it. Like I would say, like it was like a switch. I remember one day you're like, nope, no more. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna run with it and I'm gonna do it the way I want. And that served you so, so well on the HR side when you're dealing with clients and just other things that would come up. And then now you're fully on your own and you're launching this amazing confidence coach program, which I think is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
I like how you're able to just really tweak it to the person because everybody's at different levels. They
Yeah.
could be starting from the top, they could be up here, but they're really kind of down here. And you're really taking it and just making it a whole thing on your own, which I think is amazing. And I'm so proud of you to see that evolution. And you've taught me a lot too. Like, I don't think I say it enough to you, but there's a lot of stuff that I've learned from you. And I watch you and I see you, oh my God, Natalie's doing like this. I'm like, okay, how do I do it? Right? And then I figure it out. So it's really, really cool that you do that and you're able to do that. But more so too that with your Monet business that you have too, you take your program, parts of it, and you put that into your team. And I'm on your
Yeah.
team and I see that. So I
Yeah.
think it's really cool to talk a little bit about that too, because I really do feel those two things together like intertwine each other really, really well.
Yeah, like and I, like you were saying before, like I think confidence is a wave. So when I was in high school, you could say that I was confident, right? And I think a lot of people will they're either confident as heck in high school or they're not. There is no in between. But then
Hmm.
the people that have gone through that full circle end up building their confidence because they finally are able to find out who they are.
Yeah.
I'm like echoing a bit. I don't know if you can hear that.
No, I can
um,
do.
but I just find it a wave because the more you learn about yourself, the more confident you get. But then change happens and something's going to
Hmm.
shift and life happens, pandemic, COVID, like you don't know what's going to happen. So it's almost like a reset button. And then you're like, how do I get back there? How do I like not have this comparison of, you know, comparing yourself to people online or in person or your friends and family and like, I have found through, and the reason why I even started this all during the pandemic, which it's because I saw so many people have their world shaken,
Yeah.
and I knew I had a solution to that, and I knew I could do something to help people, and that was my biggest thing. So when I say like there's a wave, it's because it's going to continuously happen, and I bet you within 5 years something else is going to happen in your life, and you have to know how to deal with that. So my program is based around not only you feeling confident in the present time, but how to work through those times in the future. So if this does happen again, or maybe something happens in your family that you just can't control, like you know how to ground yourself and carry your best foot forward in that situation. And even like I say that this program is not only about like your career, your personality, the community, what you bring to your community, what you bring to your family and your friends. I think it's around all aspects in life. And when you're able to have confidence enough to be yourself and feel good about it, it's going to carry through all those aspects in life of what I was saying.
Yeah, 100%. And it's tweaking how to get yourself there, right?
Mhm.
And pivoting because like you said, life happens, things are going to happen. Sometimes you can sort of see things coming and you're like, "Oh my God, how do I deal with this?" And then sometimes you're like, "Nope. Okay, universe is going to stop you." Like, now what do I do? So
Yeah.
I like when your program is able to just make people aware of when something happens, how to react, to be um not reactive. Okay, oh, I'm getting this mixed up, but like prepared versus
Yeah.
being like completely thrown off the guard. So I really like that,
Yeah.
and you do such a great job too on the Monet side too as well, because you're always you always got your best foot forward, and you're always helping your staff, and you're always giving them tidbits of this and that, and you know how to just get them a little bit out of their comfort zone, and you give them the idea, so you're actually helping them kind of like percolate like how they can make it their own, and you're just giving them those tools. So it's your confidence coach program that you've created for yourself, but it's also on that side of the business too, which I honestly, I really like to see that. And I think that's what people attract is people like that because they want someone like that, right? They want a little bit of guidance, but they want to take control of what's theirs. And I think you do that so beautifully.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people have these dreams and they think that these dreams aren't attainable for them. And to
Mm,
be honest, making your dreams reality comes from having the confidence to back it up, having the want and the need for it. And sometimes that means truly loving yourself and truly telling yourself,
mm,
wait, no, I do deserve this. I want this so bad. I want it. So that's the biggest thing, too, is that once you're able to build momentum in your confidence and learn how to get through the navigations of life, you're going to see a brighter future. You're going to be able to go for goals that you wouldn't have been able to go through before.
yeah.
And the biggest thing I go through in my program is boundaries, but not only for like people, like who you're around and surrounding yourself with, but with yourself and what you're going to kind of set as a new standard for how you're going to treat yourself and what you're going to do. And I think I was, well, you obviously know my story, but when I was in HR and I was in my full-time job, I was in a little bit of a slump at the beginning. Like I would
Yeah.
literally go to work, like have an hour or two, not even in the morning to get ready, have a coffee, go to work, come home and watch Netflix and go to bed. Like I had no life. I didn't see a purpose outside of working 9 to 5. And when I started to build my confidence, that's when all of this stuff became like available for me, and it completely shifted my life. And it happened with me setting boundaries, chasing my dreams, knowing my worth, and standing up for myself. And it all just comes from full circle, and that's why I do it, because I'm so passionate about it.
And I think you really hit the nail on the head when you said setting boundaries for yourself. I never understood that. I'm like, whatever. I got kids, I gotta work,
I gotta
like
do
I don't
it. Yeah,
have boundaries. I don't have time for boundaries, right? That's how I perceived it at some point. And you did say at one time, a really long time ago, like you need to put yourself forward first, right? Um, the one thing you actually taught me and now I implement it is that when you're doing your scheduling, you're doing that stuff, put in your personal time first, because now you're setting a boundary on what your work life is going to look like around what you have to do. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, I'm always going against the grain first, because I'm like, that can't be. So I need to figure out, she's wrong, she's wrong, she's wrong, she's wrong, but you're not, you're right. It's just, I have to go through that process. But the boundaries part is huge, because we all have boundaries in everybody's situation, and
yeah,
you need to know what those are. And I don't think you can do anything or you're not able to take the next step in your confidence journey until you figure out what your boundaries are for you, because you need to
exactly.
start with your foundation, and that's really something that you strive for. So I'm really happy that you really focused on that, because it was really important. It is really important.
Yeah, like that there alone is in 3 different modules in my program, because that's how
Mm.
important it is. And if you don't put those boundaries in place for yourself, you're just telling yourself you're not worthy, you don't respect yourself. So if you don't
Mhm.
believe that in yourself, you can't let people do that the same thing to you. They're going to treat you with disrespect. They're going to walk all over you. Good. They're going to think they can say whatever they want to you, when in reality that's going to shake up your life. So when you set
Yeah.
that respect for yourself, you're going to get it reciprocated in full circle again. So that is the most important thing. But boundaries are so challenging. They are one of the most hardest things that you can implement in your life, because we're never taught boundaries. And even at
No.
a young age, like that is something that's going to be really important when I have kids, because I did not learn boundaries until like 5 years ago. And being like a young female coming fresh into the workforce, my world was shaken. I basically broke, especially being around a bunch of males, and it's challenging. So that's another reason why I get so passionate about it, is because I've been there. I've felt it. I've been at my low, and that's what allowed me to learn as I go. And now I'm having the opportunity to teach other people the same thing.
Yeah. And really taking the experience of what you went through. Like, I know, because we worked close together, and not even just the work environment and the personal environment too. It's everything encompassing
Yeah.
into one, right? It's people need to understand, and I really hope this resonates with a lot of people, is that everything is based on your experiences, right? And you either choose to live with them or you choose to do something about it, right? It's either or, there's no in between. And you really embrace every single thing that you've learned from being a kid to today, and molded something so perfectly that is simple, and I know people are going to get. So what I'm trying to say is, if she can do it, and I know you hear this all the time, but it's so true, because I believe
Yeah.
this too. Like, if she can do it, you can do it too, right? It's the same thing with me. I know what I went through, and I'm like, never again. And I know that I can do it too. And you used the analogy the other night on your call of, like, Oprah,
Yeah.
right? I gotta share that, because it's so true.
Yeah. I was doing a master class the other day, and one of the things I was talking about is like, imagine me sitting here being mad that Oprah has this amazing life. Like I'm just
Mhm.
comparing myself to Oprah. How silly does that sound? That's the same thing as someone else comparing themselves to me, because I've gone through all the stuff I've gone through in life. It's so silly for someone to sit back and be like, well, that's easy for her because she has this.
Right.
Everyone goes through it. So just as much as you wouldn't compare yourself to Oprah, because that would be silly. She's been working at that for years upon years. You shouldn't compare yourself to your neighbor or your friend or whoever it is, because you never know what people have gone through in life. And the most beautiful people in the world are the ones that create shit into something, because everyone has stuff to go through. So just know that you are literally not alone, but you also never know what someone's going through.
Exactly. I love it. It's so on point. Just nailed it right on the head. I absolutely love it. I love talking to you. I swear to God, I can talk to you all night. And we're out of time. I can't believe this, but what do you want to? So before I get you to kind of send us off, your programming is starting. You launched it today, I believe, right?
Yeah, I launched it yesterday. The doors are going to be open for the next, I guess, 10 days or so. So the enrollment is officially open and we start the first week of June. Yeah.
Perfect. So after this, I'm going to tag her in the post. Check out her program. It's really, really cool. If you have any questions, just send her a DM. She will get back to you. She's absolutely amazing at that. So check out her program. She's great. So I'm telling you, it's amazing. I've seen it. It's phenomenal. So before we go, what do you want to leave us with before we head off for the night?
I think my ending is, if you don't think you deserve to have the life of your dreams, you absolutely do. And taking myself back a couple years, I didn't think it was even possible to be this young and on my own and working on my own, but it's all through building your confidence, but also setting the boundaries with your personal self and the people around you. And you're absolutely worthy of that. And I think a lot of people think it's just not who I am. It's just not the life I have. But if you continue to think that way, that's just the life you're going to continue to have. So put your best foot forward and start to make real change, and you will see that change happen. The other thing I want to say is that I actually do have a special discount code for everyone that's listening to this live and whoever listens to the replay after. If you DM me 15 minutes with M, I have a special coupon code for my program that is going to expire on Friday. So if you want those details, DM me 15 minutes with M and I'll give you that coupon code.
That's amazing. I love the send off. That's phenomenal. Guys, check it out. It's great. You won't be disappointed. It is time to go, but until next time, everybody, have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all
Bye.
later. Bye.